Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. We are going to be talking about the new mini that is coming out in Season 5. Now, admittedly, it's pretty low-key for Season 5 at the moment. I think there is more coming to Warcraft Rumble, but we haven't been given the details about that yet. But I'm pretty sure we're getting more in Season 5. That's basically the only way that I can describe it. I mean, I think I've heard rumblings about what's coming, but I can't really confirm them because I don't know whether they're actually going to get released now or not. I mean, there's been no confirmation. But before we get sort of downbeat about it just being this, I have a feeling we'll get more. I mean, they've already teased the Dark Moon Fair on Twitter, right? So they wouldn't be teasing that if that was going to be another 8 weeks out. And that Dark Moon Fair rolls around soon in World of Warcraft. So I'm certain we're going to get more information about that in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Because otherwise it'd feel weird that they're teasing that kind of stuff. But in terms of what I'm allowed to tell you, this is what I'm allowed to tell you right now. We've got Faerie Dragon. Now, Faerie Dragon is a flying elemental single target unit that essentially has a range of about 5. Now, that is relatively low. That's sort of not as long as things like Darkspear Troll, but it's got a relatively decent attack range. I think there might be sort of Griffin Rider-esque with like the extended talent range, similar to that. It can hit ground and flying minis, so it's not a bombard unit. It's just a normal flying mini, a little bit like Griffin Rider. Its cost is 3, and it's got like a normal movement speed. So Spit is single target range attack. It can see through stealth, and it does not get affected by poison, burn, or slows. So chill, not going to affect it. Which is interesting because there aren't that many things that apply chill in the game that don't do a lot of damage. So for instance, like Jane is probably going to one-shot this anyway. Blizzard will kill this anyway. And Frostfire Bolt on Ogre Magi will kill this anyway. So there aren't actually many things in the game that slow, that aren't just going to kill this. But it can't get poisoned and it can't get burnt. But I think if you're using, even if you're using coming in hot on your safe palette, it's going to kill it regardless. But, you know, there's some niche situations where that might apply. She's a ranged flying mini, immune to poison, very fragile, but actually can do a lot of damage, and designed to counter stealth ground-based armies. Basically, an immediate Maiev counter as well. I don't think you'll be able to play Maiev next to this, because Maiev will then lose her Fan of Knives attack, which essentially then makes Maiev kind of crap. The only reason Maiev is good is Fan of Knives. So this is like a relatively good counter to Maiev, but you'd have to drop it quickly in a Maiev situation, or you'd need to play it alongside a unit that you don't want Maiev to be able to attack. So yeah, very weak to things like Darkspear Troll and Murlocs though, because the HP is so low. I'm going to just quickly say, this unit is part of a new faction. I think we're allowed to tell you that. This unit is part of a new faction, and it's called Cenarion. So we're going to get the Cenarion faction at some point, because look, here's my take. Like we're getting one unit release from a new family, the Cenarion family. So Faerie Dragon is from a Cenarion family. She's not from any of the other families in the game. That means we must be getting a completely new faction with new leaders and a load of new minis, because there is no way that they would just release one mini in a family and say, we're just going to leave that mini in that family by itself. There is got to be a whole new faction coming. Now, I'm a little disappointed because I really wanted Legion. I thought Legion was the best kind of like catch-all potential family. Like, I'd love to have had some of the Legion commanders. You could have Infernal, which would look so cool. Imagine Unbound Infernal. You drop Infernal on the field. Like, it's really expensive Unbound, but you drop an Unbound Infernal on the field. Does AoE damage and then just a little bit like Fire Elemental, applies burn around it or whatever. I feel like there's such cool aesthetics you could do with the Legion. Anyway, we're going to get a Cenarion faction at some point. So I'd love to hear in the comments what you think might come in terms of leaders. I'm assuming we'll get Malfurion Stormrage. I assume we might get something like Ysera. Is she Cenarion? She is, right? She's actually Emerald Dream, but maybe we'll get Ysera. Maybe we get Tyrande. Like, I know these guys are all actually Alliance technically, but like also Cenarion. So, you know, I think like those are the people that I'd be expecting. Also, what do you think in terms of other units? Like, what other units are we going to get? Spirit Wolf? Is that Cenarion? Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. That'd be cool. So, talents. This is actually something that I'm just going to make my camera up here. So, essentially phase shift, teleport backwards and attack. That is similar to Jaina's blink, but the HP of Faerie Dragon is quite low, so I'm not entirely certain how useful that's going to be. Invisibility gain stealth is pretty cool. So essentially you gain stealth, but you reveal stealth. You're a stealthy unit, but you can actually reveal other stealth units, which basically means in the stealth versus stealth interaction, you are going to reveal those stealth units and get the first hit, which is always quite good. However, because I forgot to mention, Faerie Dragon is a resistant mini, so she's got resistant. Grant resist to a nearby ally. This is essentially the equivalent of Frostwolf Shaman's grant armored to a nearby ally. This is going to be the best talent. But there probably isn't any other debate in this, that this will be the talent that you use Faerie Dragon for. Imagine Abomination, Faerie Dragon, Frostwolf Shaman. The highest HP mini in the game, then with resistant and armored. So it's doubled its effective HP versus every other source of damage in the game, apart from Execute. So you'd have to run Execute into that deck, right? Imagine. I am going to be trying this stuff out. This is going to be happening as soon as Faerie Dragon is released. I am going to be trying this stuff out. That's the talent, guys. That's the talent. The other talents are like very kind of individual and honestly, I don't think they're that great. I think they're a bit uninspired. Okay, I don't want to say uninspired because that sounds horrible towards the devs. They don't excite me, right? They don't excite me. Fey Blessing, that's what excites me. That is where you get some deck building potential with this unit. Okay, and the only other thing to note is that the modifiers are changing. So PvP modifiers will now be rotating on a 1 week basis. So we no longer got 2 week modifiers, which is great because honestly, those were very long. A single modifier will last 3 weeks now instead of 6, which is good. Something will change weekly. So basically the meta will shift much more frequently, which is going to make my life as a content creator and everybody's life as a content creator much more fun and engaging. This is the current enchant roster. So we've just lost Hero's Resolve. We've got Stonebind. So towers convert to meeting stones when they're destroyed. Next week we will lose. Or we're getting Rocket Tower today, right? So we're going to get Rocket Tower today. Which is nice because now Dragon Towers are out of the meta. Next week we'll lose First Strike and gain Gold Rush, so passive gold income is doubled, which is going to be crazy, by the way. Passive gold income doubled is going to unlock a whole load of other stuff that you probably haven't seen before. You might say, well, why don't you just like spam a load of minis? Well, you could get caught in blizzards. Loads of blizzards. People could run very, very heavy spell decks. Deep Breath will get huge value versus lots and lots and lots of minis on the map. So, passive gold income being doubled might unlock stuff like actual high-cost decks that are just not viable in the meta. That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. But anyway, look, quick video on this. Tell me what you guys think. I'm sure we're going to get more stuff coming to the game because they've been teasing bits that aren't Faerie Dragon, but this is just all I can talk about at the moment. I don't know enough about the other details. I mean, I don't even know what this Darkmoon Fair thing is, let alone when it's supposed to release, but it's got to be soon, I'm certain of it. Anyway, guys, enjoy. I'm going to start playing the crap out of Faerie Dragon when it releases today, so hope you guys enjoy.